Yo, welcome back to my channel. Listen, as always, I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're back. Listen, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and please be sure to hit that bell notification so that way you can be notified anytime I upload. Let's get into it. Listen, it has been a minute since I sat right here and talked to you guys. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute. I had a whole speech written out to, apologizing and stuff. But y'all know how this go. Y'all know how this goes. So all I can say right now is I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. A lot has been going on with work and with other things. So, I haven't been able to get in here and film and record content like I want to do and like you guys, would want me to do. But I do have other videos coming. So I got other video ideas that I'm kind of working on. If you guys want me to talk about something, please be sure to hit me up on Instagram at Mark's Manifestations. Drop in my inbox. Let me know what kind of content, or comment below. Let me know what kind of content you want me to give to y'all. Like, what do y'all want me to talk about? You know what I'm saying? But as far as this video, let's get into it. So I have no idea what I am going to title this video, but I do know that this video, I'm going to be talking about rejection. I think it's something that we all can, relate on. So this is not going to be a long video. I am currently getting ready. I'm on my way to go to the orchestra, to the symphony. They're doing a Aretha Franklin tribute. Anybody that knows me know I love Aretha Franklin. I really do. But anyway, so after I get off here, I'm about to get ready for that, put my clothes on, and head out of here. But I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about rejection and kind of talk through an experience of rejection that I had recently, and just talk to you guys just about why a lot of people don't survive rejection and why a lot of people, handle rejection the wrong way. So let's get into it. Last weekend was a lot for me. I had a lot going on. In the midst of everything going on, I had to last Saturday sing for one of my friends. He lost his mom. And, he asked me to sing and serve the family. And that's what I did. I sang a couple songs. It was very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I'm very close to the family. Afterwards, I was there for a few hours. So I got up that morning, went to the barbershop, and then I headed to the memorial. And after the memorial, I think I was there for probably about, 4 hours, something like that. I had to do sound check with my friend, and I kind of helped them set up and everything. And so then after the memorial, it lasted for about a couple hours, about a few hours. And then after the memorial, I went to one of my musical friends, Nathan's. His name is Nathan. I went to my friend Nathan's show. He had a show at this bar. So he was like, hey, dude, come to my show. I am a good friend. Let me just say I am a really good friend, And so he texted me like, hey, come to my show. So I was like, yeah, dude, I have to sing at this memorial. After the memorial, I'm going to come to the show. And him and this girl. And so they performed. And so I was there, And so after the memorial, it was kind of understood that the plan was my friend's family, they were all, all the family and friends, they were all going to go out, that night. And I had told them, yeah, I have to go to my friend Nathan's show, but after that, I might meet you guys out. And I'm going to be honest, when I left my friend's Nathan's shows, I was just like, yeah, I'm going home. I was so tired. It was a long day. But my friend and his girl was texting me like, yo, come out, come out, come out, come out. So I was like, okay. So I told him, I was like, I'll come out, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit, and that's it. And then I literally got there and was like, I'm about to be here for 5 minutes. Because I'm one of them type people, I like fun, but after a while, I just got to go home. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it was really in the evening. It was 8 o'clock. No, I think it was 9 or something, 8 o'clock or 9. And so anyway, so I go out. So I go to my friend's show. So I leave my friend's show and I meet them at this spot. It's this bar that turns into it's like a lounge, and then it turns into a club or a party, after 10 o'clock or so. So I get there, see my friends and their friends, and I'm just standing around for a minute, yeah, I'm counting down, I'm about to get out of here. So after a while, and part of the reason being is because the songs that they were playing, let me be honest, I did not know none of them songs. Half of them songs I did not know. See, if you don't know anything about me, I like all types of music. I do. But I love music from the 70s. I do. That is my favorite. Besides gospel music, the 70s is my favorite non-gospel music era. When it comes to soul and R&B music, I know people praise the 90s in the 80s, but I am a sucker for 70s music. That's just who I am. So kind of the songs they was playing in there, I was, what I'm saying. But I was just like, okay, I'm ready to go. So then after that, my friend was like, yo, like I'm buying everybody shots. So he bought everybody shots. I'm like, cool. So then after that, I'm standing around, looking like, hey, grooving a little bit. And so the DJ plays, I used to go out and party, woo, and stand around, Man, and if you know me, that song, when that song come on, I don't mess around. You know what I'm saying? Then, I get him a little dance on, you know what I'm saying? And it was just cool. So I was like, okay, so after a while, 5 minutes turned into like 30 minutes. And at this point, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm there. I'm here for a little while. Now, mind you, most of the people there are like coupled up. So I'm like kind of, one of the single dudes. And there was a girl who was also my friend's cousin who was also single. So most people were there with their significant other. So then after that, the DJ plays, can we talk, hey, for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. So, he plays that and you just can't stand still when that song comes on. So funny enough, when that song come on, everybody, start get coupled up. And while that song was on, it was a group of girls that was like to the right of me. And they were to the right of me. And you know how you could be somewhere and you feel somebody being like, yeah. And I kind of feel like that's what was going on. So while their friends, I kept seeing them like, looking, they was looking. And I had kind of noticed this like a few minutes before. I kind of noticed this. But there was this girl who was in their friends group. There was this girl who was in their friends group who was just beautiful. Like she was very attractive. She was very, very attractive. She was just to my liking, or whatever. So everybody just, can we talk? Everybody just whatever. And so Why Can't We Talk is playing. I looked over at the girl like, whew. And so the DJ comes on the thing and he was just like, hey fellas, if you sitting next to a girl and she ain't got nobody and you ain't got nobody, walk over to her and sing this song to her. Can we talk? Everybody started going up. So I was just like, no, we're not doing that today. Number one, I'm not doing that. Number two, I get paid to sing. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have the courage at that point. I just did not have the courage to walk. So I was like, yo, so I actually hate when people interrupt videos, to do a voiceover. I actually dislike that, but I got to do it here because I feel like I explained this horribly. So let me just say, at this point, me and the girl, I just want to make it clear that me and the girl, we kept catching each other's eyes. Like we kept catching each other, looking at each other. While, Can We Talk came on, even definitely before that. And so I just wanted to make it clear throughout the remainder of the story that my friends, kept catching her looking at me and kept catching, her body language towards me. And they was trying to get me to talk to her like for a, kind of a long time. And you will see later that there was this dude that came up and talked to me and I kind of, she walked past me and I kind of ignored him to kind of talk to her in like the heat of the spite of the moment. And so, yeah. No, we good. So after all that happens, I go over to my friend and I was like, yo, old girl over there, like, I'm trying to get at her. You know what I'm saying? So my friend and his girl and my friend's cousin was like, go talk to her, And I will admit, I was like, nah, I'm cool. So they was like, no, go talk to her. Like, she looking at you. I can't think of the dance. I can't think of it. But it's the kind of the line dance that everybody do. And we was doing that and she had bumped into me. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, you cool. And my friend was like, don't do it. And I was like, no, I'm cool. My friend, his girlfriend, his other girl, they was trying to get me to talk to this girl. This went on for about a good, 40 minutes, like, talk to her. So I was like, nah, I'm feeling good. Like, I don't feel like being rejected today. You know what I'm saying? And so what was funny is my friend girlfriend, she was like, I think it was my friend's girlfriend or my friend's cousin. One of them was like, yo, her body language is towards you. Like because what was funny is, you know how you in the middle of a dance floor, everybody's dancing, different songs come on and you moving around. We had kind of like switched places on the dance floor. At one point we was in the middle. The next minute we was over to the right. The other minute we was, and so every time, kid you not, every time we moved, almost every time, this girl wound up like right next to me. And like literally. So my friend's girlfriend, cousin was like, yo, her body language is to you. She's looking at you. And I was like, nah, it's cool. After about 30, 40 minutes, while all this was going on, there was this dude, and I didn't even know this dude, but there was this dude who was coming through the crowd, and you know, he was taller than me, he had a hat on. He was like, hey man, I know you. And I was like, oh yeah. He was like, you the dude that played the piano and you perform. I know you. And I was like, yeah. He was like, because the place we was at, it turns into like a club, but it was more like the upstairs of it is like a live music venue. You know, they have a lot of great bands there. So the dude was like, hey man, we got to get, so mind you, the music is loud. I don't even know who this dude is. He's trying to get past. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, we got to get you here. I got to book you. I'm going to hit you up. So he was like, your name is Mark. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I did not know this dude, but the dude knew me. So while he was talking to me, the girl walked past, and I don't know what it was, but I was like, okay, this is my moment. I low-key ignored the dude. I kind of felt bad, but I turned to my left and I tapped her and I was like, listen, I've been eyeing you all night. I have my eye on you all night. Can I get your name? And she was like, what's your name? And I was like, my name is Mark. And so she was like, okay. And she was like, you live here? Are you from around here? And I was like, yeah. So, so I was like, yeah. So I tell her where I was from. And I asked her where she was from. And she told me where she's from. And so then we get into this slight conversation about where we grew up. And I was like, yeah, I grew up there. She's like, nice. And so then I was like, can I buy you a drink? And she was like, well, I'm about to go to the restroom. And that's when I was like, well, can I get your number? Because I thought she said she was about to leave. And so she did like this. She put her number in my phone. So I'm like, hey. So I was like, I'm going to text you, whatever. She was like, okay, do that. And then she walked off. Now, at this point, I go over to my crew and I was like, yeah, I got her number. So they all like, yeah. And she tell me her name and she saved her name in my phone, whatever. So they was like, yeah. So at this point, I'm like, yo, mission accomplished. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's like 1 something. I think it was close to 1 something. I was like, y'all have a good night. So I dap all my people up. It was like literally 10 of us, like a whole crew of like 10 of us from the memorial. Then we ran into people that we knew. I ran into some people from Instagram. So it was like 10 of us, like a crowd of 10 people. So I was like, hey, I got to get out of here. Go downstairs, get in my car. I ain't even gonna lie. I was geeked. I was just like, oh, I got one. I'm saying I got one. Like, I was geeked. Let me tell you, it was something different about this girl. Like, I don't know what it was, but it was something different about this girl. And I know somebody gonna be like, dude, you only knew that was just one girl. You know what I'm saying? That's your problem. You don't know that girl. Shut up. Even while we was communicating, while we was talking about where we grew up and exchanging name and number or whatever, nothing about her attitude said, leave me alone, I'm annoyed, I'm rude. She didn't come off rude. She came off very feminine, So I go home. So I get up the next morning and I tell myself, I'm going to wait to text her. So I was like, I'm going to wait till I get out of church. I told myself, at least wait till you get out of church. So I go to church and I get out of church. Now, mind you, like I said, last weekend was very busy. So I got out of church. I had to go to the store to get my meal prep. Of course, on Sundays, I meal prep, cook my food, go shopping for it. And then also that evening after church, I had a band audition. I had an audition to be one of the lead singers for this band. Okay, so my mind was trying to, was on that. I'm riding around in my car trying to perfect these songs. And I tell myself, okay, I just after church, I'm a Texas girl, focus on these songs, and then head to the audition. So I do that. So I send a text to the girl in my car. So I say, hey, Brittany, this is Mark from last night. How are you? So I did the whole set it and forget it thing. So I put my phone on my dashboard mount holder and I went driving around, went into the store, and I got no response. My first thought was, here we go again. Because I already know somebody gonna be like, that's the problem. This is just one girl. You desperate. Man, listen, talk all that to somebody who don't know what this life is like. You know what I'm saying? So I get up the next day. And I go to work, and I'm not gonna lie, I woke up and I was like, man, like checking my phone, like, this point is kind of like a whole 24 hours. So I get to work and I was telling one of my coworkers, about it. And I was like, yeah, man, I met this girl Saturday night. Like I just texted her yesterday and, she's not responding. And my coworker was like, yeah, man, that's crazy. Just give it a couple of days and reach out in a couple of days. And I say to him, I was like, a couple of days? I was like, oh, nah, I'm done. Like, because my thought process is, he was like, maybe she's busy. Maybe, man, listen, I just think at this age, I'm sorry, maybe it's just me, but I'm just not interested in, though. Well, maybe it's, man, listen, if you want to text somebody back, you would. That's just what I feel. So at this point, I was like, nah, I'm done with the, I'm not about to reach out to this girl in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Like, I gave her a chance. It is what it is. So I was like, nah. So the next day rolls around. I was like, okay, it's been 2 days. I'll try. So I send her a follow-up message, and I got nothing. And I'm gonna be honest, my mind started going through this whole internalizing rejection process of like, man, maybe it was me, maybe she didn't like the way I looked Saturday night, or maybe maybe I did something wrong. And it brought me back to this thought of like why we don't handle rejection well, because we've all been through it. Like there is no, there is nobody on earth that has not experienced rejection. And so that's when I was just beginning to think about it, because I'm not gonna lie, it did mess up a little bit of my week, like at the beginning of the week. Like by Wednesday, I was like, okay, man, listen, and I'm not gonna lie. And the reason being is because I was like, man, I'm just kind of just ready to meet somebody that's where everything is mutual, where it just connects organically, And it brought me to this thought process of one of the reasons why a lot of people don't survive rejection is because I think what we do when we like somebody, whether you just meet them that night or whether it's somebody, I don't know, on your job, please don't do that. We begin to do what I call the liking somebody one-sided. And what I mean by that is usually when we like somebody, we usually like them for us, We usually like them for us. We kind of like fantasize and romanticize everything that they have to offer. Like, man, if I was to get with them, like, this would happen, and life would be like this, and they would be awesome, and they would be sweet, and they would be this. But we usually don't look at it from the other side. Like, what would they get if they was to get us? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that comes where we like idolize the other person, or we fantasize and romanticize everything about them to be perfect and lovely and sweet, but we never assess who we are and what we have to offer for them. So in other words, yeah, if I was to get with you, it would be added value, but also if you was to get with me, this is what I would bring. And I think the reason why we don't do that is because when we get rejected, we look at things one-sided. We look at ourselves like, man, I lost out. But two things, when you have been rejected, I think that you have to remind and rehearse. Remind yourself who you are, your worth, and what you bring, and you have to rehearse it. You have to rehearse that. Like, man, listen, old girl was probably cute and all that, but she missed out on a guy that is hardworking, that's attractive, that's God-fearing, that's talented, that's doing some things and going places. You know what I'm saying? And I think that with rejection, you cannot internalize that rejection, and you cannot go through life liking people one-sided. But when you have been rejected, please remember, remind and rehearse. Remind yourself who you are and what you have to offer, and rehearse that to yourself. How do you rehearse that to yourself? Of course, self-affirmations, and just reminding yourself who you are and rehearsing that to yourself, rehearsing those good things, about yourself to yourself. And like being out here on this market, pursuing, whether you're a man pursuing a woman, or you a woman that's going through the dudes that's trying to pursue you, it gets hard out here. And one thing I will say about rejection is keep in mind, like in a situation like that girl didn't know me, like she did not know me. So technically, she wasn't rejecting me. Like, how can she reject somebody that she didn't even know? Like, keep that in mind. That person don't know you fully to reject you. So it is nothing. It's not you. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it is not you. It is not you. It is not you. But to all my single people out here, rejection, whether you're experiencing rejection, whether you're experiencing somebody not texting you back, whether you experience somebody that's ghosting you, whatever you are experiencing, we gonna keep trying. Like, we gonna keep trying, like, especially to my guys. Like, we are going to keep trying, keep putting yourself out there, keep asking, keep pursuing. We gonna keep trying, because it's gonna work. It's gonna work. But yeah, that is my video on rejection, and I just wanted to tell you guys about that experience, to let you know that rejection is okay. It happens, but keep rehearsing and reminding yourself who you are and what you bring. And yeah, if you like this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.